A bizarre new species of ankylosaur dinosaur named Stegouros elengassen has recently been found in Chile. It lived roughly between 72 to 75 million years ago during the Late Cretaceous period, at a time when Chile bordered Antarctica. Not only is Stegouros the first named South American ankylosaur, who were previously only known from fragmentary fossils, but its skeleton, which is 80% complete, reveals a novel new weapon among dinosaurs. While ankylosaurs are famous for the clubbed tails present in some species, Stegouros' tail ended in a very odd weapon. It has been compared to a battle axe, fern fronds, and most commonly, a macuahuitl, a weapon once used by many Mesoamerican cultures. Stegouros' club consisted of 7 pairs of large, flattened, frond-like bony osteoderms. As its tail was fortunately articulated, it is clear these were held in a lateral position to the tail. Compared to more typical ankylosaur clubs, less mass was concentrated at any one point. However, Stegouros' macuahuitl club would have been both harder to avoid and able to inflict damage across a wider area. Depending on the shape of its keratin sheaths, it may have even been able to pierce flesh like Stegosaur thagomisers. However, the range of the macuahuitl club was shorter than the clubs of other ankylosaurs on account of Stegouros' remarkably short tail. Only 18 tail vertebrae have been found in Stegouros, with an estimated maximum of 26 tail vertebrae. Even the maximum estimate is shorter than the tail of any other thyreophorian, the group of armored dinosaurs that includes ankylosaurs and stegosaurs. The previous record holder, the basal thyreophorian Scelidosaurus, has 35 tail vertebrae. The reason Stegouros' tail was so short compared to other ankylosaurs was likely to support its heavier club. Notably, only 13 tail vertebrae were even flexible, while the rest were encased by the macuahuitl-like weapon. While the tail is unlike anything seen before, the rest of Stegouros' skeleton is strange as well. Stegouros is small for an ankylosaur, only 2 meters long. Its legs were also atypically slender, ending in hoof-like claws. Like other ankylosaurs, its body was covered in smaller osteoderms that formed armor. However, Stegouros had fewer osteoderms than most of its cousins. Its skull, which has a curved beak, is also proportionately large by ankylosaur standards. Otherwise, it contains most of the traits unique to ankylosaurs. On the other hand, the same is not true of the rest of the skeleton, which is more like that of basal thyreophorians and even contains some stegosauran traits, such as a wide pelvis. While Stegouros was an ankylosaur, it was a very basal species. Since clubbed tails were otherwise only present in the derived ankylosaur clade Ankylosaurinae, this means Stegouros' clubbed tail was the result of convergent evolution. That is not to say its clubbed tail was a complete coincidence, because osteoderms were present on the tails of early thyreophorians, allowing for the evolution of more specialized weapons. This is also how stegosaurs evolved their spiked tails. Stegouros is part of a newly recognized clade of basal ankylosaurs named Parankylosauria. This clade split off from the other ankylosaurs very early in their evolution. With its largely complete skeleton, Stegouros has served as an ankylosaur Rosetta Stone, allowing the close relationship of the Parankylosauria to be recognized. The other known members of Parankylosauria are Coimbarosaurus from Australia and an Arctopelta from Antarctica. Osteoderms similar to those of Stegouros' odd club have been found in an Arctopelta. Combined with similarities in their tail vertebrae, it seems an Arctopelta also had a macuahuitl club. Unfortunately, not enough of Coimbarosaurus' tail has been found to determine if it had one as well. Like Stegouros, all other known Parankylosauria lived during the Cretaceous period. However, Parankylosauria must have evolved during the Jurassic period, as the more derived ankylosaurs had already evolved by at least 167 million years ago. Parankylosauria seem to have been restricted to the southern continents, which were formerly part of the megacontinent Gondwana. Only one Gondwanan ankylosaur, the Australian Minimi, hasn't been placed in Parankylosauria, at least yet. Either way, it was clearly at most only a distant relation to the northern species. Therefore, it seems the northern and southern ankylosaurs had split into separate, distinct lineages. In general, after Pangaea split into Gondwana and Laurasia, the now isolated dinosaurs became more divergent from each other. Other examples include how the southern continents possess their own distinct clade of dromaeosaurids, named Unenlaginae. The top predators were abelisaurids and megaraptorans instead of tyrannosaurids, and how sauropods were still the top herbivores, while hadrosaurids were rare and ceratopsians were completely absent. Whether or not the pair ankylosaurs coexisted with more derived ankylosaurs, Stegouros has revealed yet another example of a dinosaur lineage unique to the southern hemisphere. While Stegouros' macuahuitl club is extraordinary, it has also helped science to better understand greater evolutionary and biogeographical trends during the Mesozoic era. This makes Stegouros a very important discovery. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something interesting. Have a great day, and if you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button.